How do you know when you're in love? That's the first part. Second part is when you fall out of love, can you fall back in love with that same person? So first question.
Now let me go to question 2.
No, start with the first question. Don't jump to question 2 yet. How do you know when you're in love?
I think it's a feeling. I think it's a feeling.
What kind of feeling? Cause you can be fucking and be in a moment and be in love, nigga.
That Lauryn Hill album.
Right. I don't know. I just think it's a feeling. I just think it's a connection, man. That you have with that person, and you just know. I just think you just know. I think both parties just know.
But tell me like what it feels like.
You can't be without that person.
What do you think?
I definitely feel like it's a vibe. It's a wave where you're willing to do whatever you need to do for that person, you know, and vice versa. I think it's a feeling of I need to protect that individual, protect that relationship, protect that person, protect what we have. Make sure how I move reflects how I feel for that person. You know what I'm saying? I think love hit people in a whole bunch of different ways. I think when you're really in love with someone, everything and everybody else, meaning outside forces and things of that nature, it don't matter. You know, you locked in. You locked in. And I feel like when you're in love, it's a great feeling, and you know it. You know, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, we know.
What about you?
I mean, it's definitely a connection. Like for me, like one of the questions I ask when I get to that point is, if this person was removed from my life, how would that affect me? And for the people that I've been in love with, that shit hurt. You know, whether we had to part ways or, you know, death, whatever the case may be. When that person was removed from my life, that shit affected me for a long time. And sometimes that feeling just never goes away. So, but I it's definitely it's a different type of connection, for sure. Yeah, it's unexplainable because you really can't it's
not
you
just
lost.
one
Yeah.
Right. It's a conglomerate of things, you know.
Yeah.
Because you could, like you said, man, like when when you love somebody, you just lay yourself out for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You lay yourself out for that situation
Right.
without expecting anything in return. It's just a sincere. Everything you do is sincere and from the heart.
Vulnerable.
Yes. Yeah. You become very vulnerable. You know. Yeah. That's love is serious, man.
So when you fall out of love, let's just say with that same individual, things happen and you fall out of love with that person. For whatever reason, there's a number of reasons why you can fall out of love with somebody. Can you fall back in love with that person? Like, is there like a switch? Is there anything that,
I'm not gonna say they can't, but I never experienced that before. Unfortunately, I'm structured in a way like once that door closes, it's hard for me to get back on that other side.
Right.
Because when you think about it, when you love somebody, like you just was saying, you're very vulnerable. You can be very transparent. Whatever they did or whatever happened to get me to that point where I'm not in love with you anymore, had to be something
serious.
Yes, it had to be something. So it may be very hard for me. I know the way I'm structured. I don't think I can get back to that place. You know.
I think it has to. how serious? What was it?
Yeah, that plays a part.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's almost like when how we were just speaking about love. Sometimes that love is I know it's gonna sound corny, but it's pure. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when it gets tainted, he's talking about falling out of that and then coming back to it. You know what I'm saying? Can you really get back to that? Or are you just saying, or are you just in the premise of, I know what we had, I know the feeling that we used to have, and I would love for us to try to get back there, but it seemed like you never could really reach back to it, you know?
Sometimes it takes people to separate to come back together. Cause I mean, I've been in situations like that. I'm not saying that I would have come back to that individual, but I know that had I caught that person later on in life, I think things would have worked out. So sometimes the timing might be off. You know, you meet somebody young, and it just doesn't work.
Get it?
You know, you have two immature people.
Get it?
But people change, and people. I mean, most people. Well, I don't even say most people, but a lot of people. You know, we mature, and we become different people.
So in that aspect of what you're talking about, I can see that, right? So if you link with somebody at a certain stage in your life, and you guys might be in two different spaces,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But then I can see you circling around, spinning the block a little bit, and then you might be on something totally different. She might be on something totally different, and I can see it happening that way. So I can see that part of it. But depending on the stage, I think you're in too, man. I think, you know, as we're older, and you ain't really got time for all that. You know what I mean? So I'm with you. Like the way I'm structured, like I don't go back. I don't move backwards. It happened for a reason. You know what I mean? We not rocking like that for a reason.
To fall out of love too. Not to say that y'all separated, but to say that y'all fell out of love. It's hard. It's hard to come back to that.
But can you coexist? So check it.
Well, that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah. So if you was in a relationship, love popping, everything, and then whatever happens, get you to that, you fell out of love part. Can you still stay in that situation? Can you still stay
this
in that?
is the thing. This is the thing, right? You coexist, right? Are you coexisting because of the comfortness that you have, right? Because, you know, when you've been with somebody for so long, you develop a comfortness, right? A safety kind of thing, right?
Shit, it could be other reasons. It could be kids, finances.
But all of that, to be honest with you, right? So I mean, so now, yeah, you know, can we just maintain just to maintain? Like you said, it's been done.
Tons. A lot of people.
Yeah,
bro. A lot of people do that. A lot of
Yeah.
people. But
I can't be with nobody I don't want to be with.
I was just about to say.
Like when it gets to that point,
Yeah.
like I'm doing any and everything to try to get you the fuck up out of here. Like I don't even want to be with you no more. The sex could be still great, whatever case may be, but when I look at exactly, bro.
Happiness is everything.
Exactly.
Man.
Like when I come home, I want to come home and be like,
Yes.
I want to miss the person that I'm with. If I come home and be like, damn, your fucking voice irritates the fuck out of me. Nah, we gotta figure out something. We gotta
every
fix it.
time she says something and you thinking about whatever happened, like, yeah. But it's hard sometimes, like you said. Sometimes it's a lot of things attached. Children, businesses, jobs, all that kind of stuff. It's hard to sometimes just leave out, man, or start over, you know.